Hey my friends, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Dorian, and today we're doing a speed build for a log cabin in Granite Falls. This one, I want to try to get better at building with limited packs. Usually I just kind of go for it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I love the flexibility of having 50 gajillion Sims packs has to offer, but if I want you guys to be able to like download these to the gallery, I know that you don't necessarily have like every single thing, so I'm trying to do like a balance, trying to do some limited packs, some not so limited, some I just go completely crazy with. For this one specifically, we used base game and we used the outdoor retreat. It's an expansion pack? No, it's a game pack. It's the next tier down, I guess. I don't know. There's like it whatever. But yeah, so it is what I think it was the first game pack. I think it was the first like expansion, like DLC, I guess I should say, in general, that came out. And it created the option to have like vacation lots. There was a vacation world, Granite Falls, which is basically just a giant wooded area. So you can go camping, you can go fishing. Honestly, there isn't a whole lot to do really in the pack. I think it offers camping, it offers like another world to explore, offers vacation rentals, but once you're actually there isn't a whole lot to do. But I think the world is absolutely gorgeous, and although I don't play with this pack too often, I could see potential here, so I wanted to try just using this pack. I did use a lot of base games since this pack came out. Base game has they've added quite a bit of stuff, so I say if I were just using outdoor retreat and like original base game, probably would have struggled, but like all these windows I'm using in the build, these are all ones that came out I think this past February, and that would be February 2025, so they're a lot cheaper, they're a lot expansive, so it allows me to create something that's more of like kind of like a modern-ish log cabin. Inside it's a log cabin, but it's pretty open, airy, lots of windows. I was trying to create that effect. I'll say overall, I really do like the way that this build came out. I think it looks really cool. I kind of like the moody, like wooden vibes. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of the stuff that actually came in this pack though. As I mentioned, this was one of the original, I think this is one of like the first pieces of DLC, and you can kind of see with this pack, you can kind of see like older base game stuff, like the build by assets, it's chunkier and it looks almost cartoony, which I mean Sims 4 kind of has like a cartoonish feel to it anyway. It's not like super realistic, like Inzoi I think is an example. Inzoi looks about as realistic as you can get. Sims, they kind of like toe the line between like still looking nice but still looking a little cartoony. I think it gives it more of a timeless thing. But with all that said, the older stuff, the older assets, they look very chunky, they look very cartoony. I'm not the biggest fan, so we did end up leaning probably a little more heavily into base game here than I probably would have done otherwise. But yeah, this stuff, it just wasn't doing it for me. So like it's like the dresser, the also it's just like unnecessarily chunky, and it just looks weird to me. But we tried to do the best we can. I think I did use a fair amount of assets from this pack, but a lot of this really is just base game. With that said, I think it came together pretty nicely. It's relatively small. It's got a big kind of open living / dining / like kitchen area. There are 2 bedrooms. One's like a master bedroom. One is like a kid's room that has 2 beds. 2 bathrooms. One is an ensuite. You'll see when we do the tour, I did have to make like one change to one of the bathrooms because I had like the way I had the shower and the tub set up, you couldn't actually access either. But yeah, it's it works. It works. Outside, just a little bit of landscaping. I did try to play around with like an above ground pool. I've seen more like Sims YouTubers trying to do this, and I'll admit, getting the foundations, like someone like a deck and then like the actual pool part, getting them to be separate things is kind of a pain. I'm not sure, I can't remember at this point if I cut it out of the speed build or not, but I basically had to like build a whole bunch of separate rooms, and it was a thing. But it's done. I thought it looked nice, and yeah, I don't know if I have too much else to say. This is a relatively small build, a relatively straightforward build. So yeah, I think I will go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of the speed build, and I will see you in a bit for a lot tour. So see you in a bit. Bye y'all. right, so we are here in Granite Falls. We are on the 30 by 20. There was a building here originally. I don't remember what it was, but it's a 30 by 20 lot. The log cabin, if you wanted to come stay here, it comes to $832 a day. So it's a little pricey compared to some of the other options, but I think it's nicer. So, you know, if you want to have a nice vacation in the woods, you know, there we go. I will say there's not a whole lot to do in the world, but this world is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, my gosh, come on now. And look at this handsome looking house right here. So this is our log cabin. So we kind of have the fireplace, the big open windows that kind of, I mean, technically are kind of looking out onto your neighbors, but you can kind of see the view of the mountains and stuff. It's not bad. Got some landscaping. We have a little outdoor bar area. We have a little campfire area. And then this is the above ground pool I was talking about. You kind of see, like, just getting this, like, the different foundations was a pain in the butt, but it does work. It does play test it. I think I had to change a couple things from the speed build video. I think I had to move one of the ladders, but it does work. It does work. It just works. We have a grill, a little picnic table over here, and then yeah, just a bunch of landscaping, our trash cans. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. Let me see if I can do this free camera. I can never get free camera to work. And I would say I did like try to mess around with like spandrels and like columns to kind of make it look like beams. I think I did something weird there, but it's fine. All right, we're gonna go in and welcome to our log cabin. So we kind of have this open area here. I wish there was a way we could paint the inside of roofs, because I know this looks awkward, but how often are you actually gonna be like looking up anyway? But no, we have our little living area, and this is what I mean. These assets right here. Oops, let me go back in. Okay. I know, and when I did like the Spiel workshop, I mentioned like how everything just looks like so chunky and cartoony. This is kind of what I'm talking about. You may not agree, but this couch and this coffee table are from the pack, and to me it just looks weird, especially comparing this to like the little accent table like right next to it, or even a fireplace. It's like cleaner lines. It's, you know, I get like even something like this where it looks a little weathered, it doesn't look like as big and chunky as this. I don't know, I'm not sure I'm explaining it well, but it's weird to me. Anyway, so we have our little kitchen area. So I have some decorations up here, have a fridge, stove, coffee maker. I think I did put a dishwasher in here. So yeah, I've got all the essentials you would need. And then have this TV right here. This was one of the holiday rewards. I think this was like a fall one, I don't remember, but so you might not have this, but everything else is either base game or outdoor retreat. Yeah, let's go into the bathroom. Nothing too crazy here. It looks pretty straightforward. I did try to, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to show this very well. I tried to like combine the sinks together a bit just to kind of make it look like it's like one thing. It does clip a little bit, but it's not too bad. And this mirror, again, going back to like everything is like super chunky in this pack, but like these mirror bezels, this is ridiculous to me, but you know, it is what it is. All right, going into, this is the guest room, and yeah, tried to, you know, keep it really straightforward. I say guest room, more like kids room. So we got 2 beds, we got a TV, got the dresser, we got a Blarfy. We have the alarm clock, which was another one of the holiday rewards. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The master bedroom has a bed, has side tables, has tried to create like a custom like L-shaped desk thing. So we have a TV, we have a computer, and the master bathroom. So kind of the same deal. I kind of tried to combine like the sinks together. This isn't the speed build. I did have like a separate shower and bath, but you couldn't access them, so I ended up replacing it with that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So this is our log cabin build. All right, so you can see right here, we got log cabin, $84,000, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, only use outdoor retreat. And like I said, I think we used a lot of stuff. We didn't use everything, but we used quite a bit of stuff. But yeah, so hope you enjoy. So thank you guys so much for watching another speed build. If you like this video, please consider dropping a like. Please consider leaving a comment if there's anything you liked or disliked, anything else you want to see, whether using outdoor retreat or just in general. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I am trying to grow this channel. You guys have been such a huge support for that. I think we're just now up to over 550 subs, which is mind-blowing to me. But yeah, so with all that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.